Hey everybody. I hope you're all having a fantastic day or night wherever you are or whenever you're watching this. I had something kind of cool happen right before I was going to do this reading. I was actually, I, I lit my little candle over there so I could light other things with it. And it was a brand new candle, so it kind of started out sort of like low, the flame, and I was like, oh, let me get my incense and light it really quick. And I just, as I didn't even touch the flame, the tip of the incense to the flame, I just kind of held it near and watched it catch, and not only catch, but watched both flames grow because of it. And I don't know why that seemed so profound to me. I mean, and I'll be honest, like, it did kind of remind me of that twin flame journey vibe that I don't particularly like to talk about too much if it's not something I've experienced or feel like I have any reason to be talking about. But it just reminded me of that. Like, the whole point of that journey is both people growing. There doesn't have to be union. Like, the way that they didn't have to be touching to ignite and grow and burn. It just felt so profound to me to think, like, in that journey, like, you really, like, the union is not, it's like as I think, my one of my favorite readers, Bree, puts it, it's like the topping, it of the journey. It's not the cake and the ingredients and the, what makes it. It's just, what makes it look pretty after. It's the toppings, and you don't need the union for the growth and to appreciate that. It's not like it's all for nothing just because if you never reach union. I hear that's one thing Bree says a lot, and I am always like, yeah, it's, if you see how much you grow from that type of journey, it's not about, it's about that. It's awesome. So anyway, what I wanted to do because of that, kind of, it felt right, is do like a you versus them reading. So, like, this collective versus the person on your mind, where you're both kind of at right now, in your energies. And I'm gonna start with my an oracle deck. So we're gonna get the energy that this collective is in right now. What is surrounding this collective? Like, how you are viewing it, how this collective is viewing things. Chemistry. Oh, sorry, flew out there. Oop. Okay. Alright, we have chemistry. Try to get this right in there. Okay. This flew out second. Stress. Okay. Oh, and chemistry, attraction, spark, passion, stress, turbulence, tension, arguments, cloudy judgment, illusions, unbalanced, distorted. That's not how you spell distorted, but hopeless, sinking, despair, falling apart. Well, that does not sound nice for a base reading. What is happening here? I'm all off. Sorry. I swear every time I try a new angle, I have to get used to where my cards go on the table. Okay. I'm going to get more to clarify each one, but I mean, already this is feeling with that hopeless feeling, falling apart, sinking, despair. What's this? What's the chemistry? That almost looked up, but not quite. So healing. That's so funny. I mean, because the fact that it came out under chemistry, and I was just talking about how like the flames, how they made each other grow, and how that's part of the what I've come to know as the twin flame journey is the how it inspires so much growth and healing. Like the chemistry between you, it makes you literally like just want to be better. Just not for them necessarily. Yes, for them, but for yourself too. Like it just promotes that releasing, purifying, cleansing. Get one for stress. Nourish. So under turbulence, tension, arguments, we have nourish, self-growth, focus, self-focused, excuse me, soul finding. I'm honestly reading this more as what you're trying to do because of this, especially with this healing vibe. I I don't know that energy this energy is necessarily connected to this energy, because it's feeling almost like there's a separate energy here where this chemistry and healing is, that's over that's separate from this energy of needing to nourish. I mean, not nourish, but I guess nourish, but more heal whatever is going on here. Like whatever this is creating a lot of this, a lot of the self growth, being self focused, self soul finding. But they feel. I mean, I have to get one. Let's get one for cloudy judgment. Oh, what's their cloudy judgment about? About releasing, about letting go, moving on, or walking away. Okay. This collective, I wonder if there are actually two energies on this collective's mind. And it would make so much sense to me for this to be a separate person that this collective has met recently, and we'll get more to clarify things, but because right now it's feeling like this collective, whoever, don't make it fit, you would be, it feels like you're in a connection like this that's giving you stress, making you feel kind of hopeless, and having cloudy judgment about releasing it for some reason. We'll have to get more. But something about this dynamic is also causing you, and I think whatever this is, I think this is a new person. I think there's someone new that has come in and I'm doing it with my hands. Kind of turned this situation into this situation. Like turn the stress and this hopelessness into self-focus, soul finding, and self-growth, and wanting to make you heal. Like this person makes you want to heal. That vibe of wanting to be just better. It's like this person, and like I said, it could be the same person, and explain the cloudy judgment if there was chemistry that made you feel like this initially, that you thought you were healing from things, but I don't know why I get the feeling of two energies. And like I said, it would make sense for there to be a lot more energy with the current person that you're with, because that would be current, you'd be in it. And if this is someone that just came into your life, I don't think you would have as much energy related to them yet. And certainly stressful and hopeless feelings, that's a lot of energy, right? So that to me, this feels calm, focused. This feels like a lot. You know what I mean? So that's another reason why it feels like two separate energies. Let's get one for hopeless. Time, yeah. waiting, cycles, moments. I think this collective, whatever this situation that you're in here, you felt this way for a long time, and you're thinking it's time. I'm seeing the cycles, the moments. I'm seeing it as this is the moment. Like you've been waiting for. I just heard I've been waiting for a reason to leave, and this is what feels like the reason is. I would literally flip this table if we do a song lyric card later, and it's the reason. Anyway, I want to get. I want to get more detail about this collective. But I'm just trying to decide if I want to go with more, because this is the base energy that this collective is in right now. This is what you're feeling. Um, so I'm going to get tarot. Okay. Because I want to get more detail on on what you are going, what you feel right now, what this collective really feels right now. What is this chemistry healing? Five of Pentacles. Okay, so for me, this energy, when I see this card, I see this as, you see how she's just like sitting outside, like holding herself, kind of, it seems like she's grieving, upset, maybe feeling sorry for herself a little bit, but she's sitting right in front of that door, right? And presumably crying because she can't get in, but the key is right there. All she has to do is look up from what she's, get up and get the key and let herself walk through that door, right? And that's kind of what I see when I look at that card, that energy. That's how I interpret that. So it feels like this, like, yeah, it's like this person, whatever this energy is that key. And here's this collective, just kind of sitting in this, focusing on how long. And I think this collective is thinking it's time. And yes, it's probably been a while too, especially if there's so much cloudy judgment, and I'm seeing illusions here too, that stuck out for some reason. But having a hard time letting this go, having cloudy judgment about it I said that right, cloudy judgment about it for some reason. But all this does is stress you out and leave you feeling hopeless. And I think this stress that you're feeling is part of what ignited and meeting this person and seeing a more healed version of someone. That's what I think. It's almost like you saw a more healed version of this, like what this could be. You know what I mean? I don't. That was weird. I don't know why I thought that. But that vibe, seeing that, even though you're sitting there like, I can't have that, I'm in here, it's like it's still pushing you, like you're still working on yourself. You're still like, I'm seeing this as this situation and the stress of it all kind of what gave you like that self-awareness. It like kind of woke you up, and oh my god, as I'm saying that, excuse me, the Ace of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's literally like your mind waking up to something new. This shit happened to me the other day in a reading with the same card. It's so funny. So, but I like that because that makes me feel like this collective, you're seeing it now. That's why it is promoting, even just being aware to it. Being aware of it is a form of self-growth. It's growth, and it's focusing on you. It's seeing yourself, right? But you're still kind of sitting in this energy when it comes to this of no, I can't have that. You know, yeah, yeah, it's like you don't think you can have that, but we're gonna have to get into the other person's energy. But I have a feeling, they are. Mm, just got a feeling. Okay, let's get one. Oh, Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So I see this card as like being very, it's very like a protective, sometimes materialistic vibe. That's how I read it. But in reverse, it's like that feeling of not wanting to let go. Like, but for the wrong reasons. Um, Pentacles can be indicative of finances, but as I say in most of my readings, when I read Pentacles, unless there's a specific financial aspect, I see Pentacles as more like foundational, core values, beliefs, aspects of ourselves, and that's what it's like holding on to something that had value that you don't need to be holding on to anymore. It's not something you need to protect, and I think, and not holding on to, like, basically not holding on to the right things. Because see, she's got her eyes closed to all this that's behind her. She's just holding on to these things that, like, she doesn't want to let go of. And I, it's another one, I swear. Her eyes being closed to this, what she can actually go and have. Same vibe as this. It's like something is holding this collective in this. We're going to have to get more. Let's get one on the cloudy judgment and releasing. Sorry. Death in reverse. Literally, it's, if you don't. I'm so sorry. It's, especially with this cycles here, this in reverse is, it's not letting something end. Not letting it, you're not letting it go. You're just not, for whatever reason. It's like, oh, we're going to find out the reason to connect this, but this collective, it would already be, you would already know what it is that's holding you back in this situation, but we're going to get the reason to, we're going to try. Let's get one in this hopeless time. No, okay. What is this? Oh, jeez. Another, yeah, Five of Cups, but, okay. Five of Cups in reverse is actually not terrible, especially here. Because Five of Cups in upright, she is like, see how she's really focused on all these empty cups that keep spilling and they're not really producing anything. Like, it's like she's expecting magic, right? And none of those cups are giving her the magic she wants. But right behind her is, right behind her is that one cup that she's not paying attention to, that is like everything she would want, but she's not paying attention to it. It's it's like the same vibe as these. Oh, magic. But with it being in reverse, it's almost that vibe. Okay, it's this vibe. It's like you saw this energy. You've been exposed to it, right? So that is now what's triggering this, everything else. It's like just being exposed to this energy has done something within you to make you want to change, but like yourself, just it's like it just woke you, and now you're like, okay, what like, but you're still in this, like, no, I can't have that, like, and that would be so, I'm not gonna lie, that would be so hard to be impacted in such a way where you now see this situation for everything that it really is, and you want nothing more than this self-growth and this soul finding, and but you're holding on to this for some reason. It's like you've seen that cup, but this in reverse, you've seen it, but you don't believe you can have it. Like, you know it exists now. And it's like, it's almost like knowing that exists now is contributed to this sinking, despair, falling apart feeling. It's because once you've seen what could be compared to what is, and you realize that what is not what you thought it was, right? That's a kick in the ass, I'll tell you what. That'll put you. But this is okay, so I think this is more good for this collective. I think it's more like it's good and bad. You've seen it, okay? So that's why it's promoting change. It's making you want to grow, right? But there's still something you're not willing to let go of and end here. And we're gonna see if we can get more of. And this kind of actually makes me sad because for this collective to have this kind of realization and then sit here and think, and maybe that is why you won't let go. Maybe you don't, because it's just because you don't think you can have this. So you just think it's safer to stay. That just came to my mind, and it's on that, it sucks, and that is hard. I want to see if I can actually. I don't know why I had this deck in my hand again. How did that even happen? That's freaking weird. I don't even remember picking this deck up again. I thought I had my tarot deck still in my hand. Woo, okay. Um, so maybe I meant to get this one for this question I have in my mind then, because I want to know more about what is keeping this collective here. Second chance. Oh. Reconciliation, making amends, opportunity. Oh my God. Thank you. That is exactly why I had that deck in my hand, to make that make sense. This collective, do not make it fit, okay? This collective, you would be stuck here because even after seeing this magic cup and kind of believing like, so this separate person, okay? You see this person and you're like, wow, like that's what I would want. That's exactly what I would want, but I can't have that. I can't have that because I'm here, right? So maybe instead of wanting this, I can try and fix this in this, make this like this, right? Second chance, opportunity. Make it, it's like this collective, what is holding you back now is because you feel like you just can't have this as it is. There's part of you that is like, well, maybe I can just turn this into something more by you. It's like you think by you, like your new perspective, the way this opened your eyes to how things I feel like in your way should be. The transformation that has created in you to want to grow and soul find and have something more, I feel healthy. Not that I feel this is, I don't want to use the word toxic in any way. It just not right. I feel like just not right. But this was for you. But instead of believing that you could have this, which I feel like it wouldn't be here if you can't, we'll get more. But it's like you're just trying to throw band-aids on, fix this mold, kind of like try to make this into that but in a with good intentions. Like it's not like a malicious thing. It feels more like, all right, well, I understand this now, so maybe if I do this it will cause this change in them, but not in like a, I know that's I mean, I guess that is manipulation by in a way, but it's not like it's coming from a controlling place where you just want to be in charge. It's just like you want to hope, you're hoping that things that you do will make this person do the same thing that you're on their own. You're hoping for that in here. You're hoping for that second chance for them to kind of show, because maybe there is something here, like I think it has to do with this time, like this relationship. I think you've been with this person for a long time, and so instead of just seeing this and being like, I think you're a sensible, like I feel there's a lot of thought in this energy, so it feels like seeing this And that make it, you would be if just being exposed to this caused this to start. You know what I mean? But it feels like you see things, you're trying to be as logical as possible and thinking maybe seeing that and getting excited about it, maybe I'm just trying to jump to the next best thing. Like maybe, you're trying to tell yourself that no, maybe this is to show me how to do this, not that I need something else. Because you just feel like you can't have this for some reason. You know what? I want to get one on why this collective feels like they can't have this. Why does this collective feel like they can't have that energy separately? Because I'm gonna be exactly, yeah. Confirmation. You think it's just a distraction. You think it's just gonna sidetrack you. Like it's not. You're afraid that you're seeing this situation that you're in as, or you're trying to anyway, because I'm not, there is something about this new energy. You feel like this collective, I'm gonna say it. Whoever this energy is, you want this. You do, whether it's been admitted or said out loud, or it's something you just like, it's in it, like you're like, okay, yeah, and you're kind of feeling guilty over it. You want this, right? But you feel like you can't have it. So oh my gosh, I just flung it off the table. Okay, you feel like you can't have it. So like I said, instead of just jumping to that, you're telling yourself that it's a distraction. It's just like you're seeing it as it was meant to show me, not meant for me to go to. And I can't tell from this energy either way which is what. I think I'm going to have to get into the energy of both people here. Okay, so let's do that. I'm going to pause really quick just so I can go grab that card that I flung off my table. And we're going to get into the other energy. 1 second. Okay. I'm just laughing because while I was picking up my card, I decided to go get a bottle of water, right? And I like to put a little of the flavor in my water because I don't like plain water, I guess, but I gotta drink more of it. So I went to open the cabinet that has the liquid flavoring in it, and out flies a little bag of like throat drops, like cough drops, and I'm like, oh, okay, thanks, because I've been like coughing, clearing my throat quite a bit, and it's like the universe got jokes. Anyway, okay, let's get into how do I want to do this? Because I want to get into both energies. So, okay, I'm going to do kind of the same thing I just did with your energy with each person. I'm just going to stick to these two decks for right now, and then we can clarify more details about specifics and other things after. And actually, give me 1 more second because freaking I just changed my Invisalign liner thingies, and there is a spot on there that's like cutting me when I talk, and I need to get some dental wax to cover that. So 1 second, but it won't feel like a second for you. Okay, I think that's better. Ugh, okay. All right, let's start with the person you're actually in a connection with right now. Let's see. Their energy to just tie you to this reading. What is the energy of the person connected to you right now? Oh, obsession, infatuation, adoration, addiction. obscurity, secrets, mysteries, concealing. That's not great. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, let's get a couple more. The person this collective is connected with. Oh, geez. Yeah, okay. Oh, boy. Okay. All right. I mean, I want more on this secrets here, but just with these cards alone, it is making me feel. And then we have bluff at the bottom of the deck, pretending, mask, exaggeration, obsession, obscurity, possibilities, free-spirited, adventure, risks, only you, devoted, attached, crave. This is what's surrounding the person you're with right now. I'm gonna be honest, my lovely people. I don't particularly like this energy because sometimes I do see these cards as being very nice. Only you, devoted to someone, you only have eyes for you. Obsession, sometimes I see it as this more adoration, like just complete adoration for someone. But that is not what I'm feeling from here. And that possibilities card is like, for me, it's like screaming that vibe of this collective. You would be connected to someone who just keeps telling you like, no, this is how it can be. I can do, we can, it's like they don't want to let go of you. And so they're like willing to do, I think, anything to try and keep you. But I want to know what this secrets, mysteries, concealing is. I'm going to get more, but I just don't make it fit. Like I said, I say that a lot, I know. But it's important. The details matter. The lessons don't. The lessons, if you can learn something from it, learn it. Take that. But the details don't make them fit. It's not going to do you any good. But like, I'm seeing this as a legit, like, this person, and I'll be honest again, though, it's not like it's claimy, but not, like I said, that what I said before about it not feeling like toxic, like, it's feeling more like this person, okay, toxic in a way, but not in an angry, abusive, like, you're mine kind of, it gives me more of that vibe of, I'm gonna say it, like desperation, like they are desperate to do whatever it takes to keep this going. Like, they're any possibility to keep you around. That's what they want. Like, they want it. Like, it's like it's almost, it's kind of, I want to say it's sad. It's not any kind of obsession like that where you would just not see your own worth to make something that isn't working work. Is not good. But I think that is part of what keeps this collective tied to this energy is this person, they're so willing to do whatever you ask, it feels like. And that makes a lot of sense with why you like kind of having a hard time to let go, like, and why you feel like your healing and your change of perspective, the way you were able to see something, why you feel like maybe we can have a second chance here, because if they're willing to do whatever, then, but that's not, you know what I mean? You don't want someone to be willing to do anything it takes to be with you. You want them to be willing to do whatever it takes to be with themselves, to be them. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind, and that's what I think you saw in this other person. You saw that kind of healedness, like that, like this other person. I feel like what drew you to them is they saw themselves. And I don't think, maybe part of the reason why you feel like you can't have that is because maybe they're just not even interested in, I mean, we're gonna get more. I'm not gonna say that because they showed up for a reason, right? So let me just get another one for this obsession. This is the person surrounding you. Beauty. Charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Yeah, see, that for me is confirming that this obsession is, while it's still unhealthy, we'll say, it's not like that clammy, it's like, it's that more, I want to say sad obsession, like, they're like they see you as these things like, and maybe, and I believe that this person connected to you probably is very kind-hearted, possibly charming, like it's that they usually, people like who get that kind of obsessed usually are very kind people, and they just get attached so hard in such a like codependent way that, and it, when it doesn't work out, instead of it making them mad or lash out or do like toxic things toward the other person, it makes them do more toxic and unhealthy things towards themselves. Like they take that pain inward and really like, oh, please don't leave me, what am I gonna do without you, like that kind of, you know what I mean. And that's how I see this obsession. Like it's a, I don't want to say, I almost said soft obsession. It's not, it's but I mean soft in like heart wise. Like it's not a, like if this person ever tries to be with anybody else, like it's not that. It's just like, oh my God, what would I do without this person? Like I'm nothing without this person. That's how this person sees this. Oh my God. And I could see this collective. Like I said, I feel like you would embody this energy too, and you wouldn't want to, you would want to help this person rather than like, you don't want to hurt this person. Like I can feel that. You don't want to hurt this person. And that's why the second chance is even on your mind, because even if this isn't, if this person is create stress and hopelessness, because, and honestly, with that kind of energy of like the, oh, I'll never be anything without you, that causes a lot of hopelessness in the other person, because it's like there's nothing you feel you could ever do, they're just never going to be happy without you. That's a lot of like, no one, no. You know what I mean, like that's something that needs to be healed. And that's what I feel like this collective wants to do. Like they it's almost like you want to show them that that they don't need you to be happy before you feel like you could ever leave. And it's not your job, this collective, to show this person that, like they, and they're not going to if, sorry, I just get so um I want everybody to get to a place where I feel like this collective is right now, where the way you're seeing things, but we can't make. Sometimes it takes our absence to make them see something. Is all I'm gonna say right now. Okay, obscurity. Let's get one for this. Yeah, let's get one for the secrets, mysteries, concealing. Oh, bitterness. Oh boy. Okay. Resentment, anger, hurtful words. Oh, Lord. Okay. So, and this is the person that you're connected with. And we got boundaries on the bottom of the deck. No, drawing the line. Enough. I'm going to go back. This feels like this resentment, it being a secret mystery, it literally feels like this person that's connected to you, it's, oh my God, it's so confusing, because it's like that obsession of, like I said, like being, feeling like they can't be happy with anyone but you, like you're the only one that could ever make them happy. But are they really like, are they really happy? And I think they wonder that, and there's a, they hide a little bit of resentment for the way they feel about you, because I don't think you feel exactly the same about them, and they can see that and feel that, or they've seen this change in you, because it would cause a change in how you act and are reacting. They would see it, and I feel like I can't see hurtful words or anger. Like I said, I don't feel that here. But this resentment, it's like this person now sees how you're, and they're getting worried. And they're kind of resenting you for not, because I would think this collective, with that kind of realization from your part, you wouldn't be entertaining a lot of what they would have been doing before, right? There would be things where you would be putting up, like, you'd be putting up boundaries now. You would be, you'd just be moving differently, and they would be noticing it, and they have this resentment for that. Like, why is she, or I'm not, I say she, but it doesn't have to be, it's just what comes out of my mouth. Why are they moving up? Like, why are they healing and seeming to grow and change and thrive while I'm not? While I'm still, like, it's like that lack mindset. Like, because they're not doing what they need to do to grow and change and focus on themselves, they get resentful that you're doing it. But that's not your fault. And I think that's part of what keeps you here too. That keeps this collective here with those second chances, is you don't want that person resenting it. But that's not your fault. That's not your fault. If they resent you for what they can't or won't do, that is not your fault. And you staying is not going to change that, because you're going to stay and you're going to keep growing, right? You're not going to stop. You've seen things, right? So you're not going to just go backwards now to stay with this person. You're going to try to move forward as you are, and you're going to see that it's just not going to align anymore, because they're just going to keep getting more and more resentful if they don't want to change. Possibilities. Oh, we got two there. Okay, well, I think that feels appropriate for two cards to come out under possibilities, because possibilities. This person is, they're stuck between this obsession and how they see it as depth, this only you feeling, and I'm seeing this attached, okay? They're seeing that as depth, as importance and value, right? So that's something that they want as a possibility. But they're also feeling trapped, stuck, tied down, captive by their own doing, by their own lack of doing, I should say. So they're seeing their possibilities right now as either, I would say they're hoping, they see what they think is depth in this relationship. But I'm not saying there's not depth in this relationship, okay? But this feeling, this obsession and this attachment, that's not what they think it is. That's what I mean. And they're trapped. They're throwing all this, we can be this, we can be that, but they're not, because they want this, but they're too trapped in in their resentment. They keep themselves stuck and tied down. Let's get one for this only you. Perspective. Better off, happiness, clear headspace, an emotional storm at the bottom. I honestly think in order for them to have resentment because of the way you're changing and moving differently now, that would, I mean, that's going to affect their perspective. And I'm seeing this as it's scaring them to have the change in perspective that you're not going to stick around anymore. That you think you're better off without them. That you'd be happier, you'd have more, this clear headspace is what they see you in now. And they're afraid that you no longer see them as this. And I think they're having a hard time changing that perspective in themselves, but they see it in you. I want to get tarot for all of these. Let's get one for obsession beauty for this. I'm going to call it soft obsession. Okay. Oh. Hierophant in reverse. This person is not... This is reminding me of that resentment. It's not seeing... It's seeing what they want to see. This is how I'm seeing that. Is like, they're seeing your enlightenment, right? Your Hierophant energy now. What you're coming into from this... We got to get more into this person. But it's an unhealthy mindset for them. Whatever they're holding on to as their truth it's unhealthy. It's beautiful to them because with the Hierophant, I see him as like, he does have beautiful thoughts. He sees, you know, but it's not the right, they're not seeing it right. They're not seeing this relationship correctly. But because of the way they are, just their personality, I think it keeps this collective trying. And I'm going to be honest, if this energy surrounding you doesn't feel like they are worthy of anything else, like they'll never be happy if they don't have you, like you would also have like that Five of Pentacles in reverse. Like, it makes sense that you would also feel like you're not worthy for something that, like, it's sad. You are. You both are. Okay, let's get one for this obscurity, bitterness, this resentful feeling. Okay. Justice in reverse. Oh my God, that's exact. This person doesn't feel like it's fair. They're like, it's not fair. Why is this person, why are they moving on? Why, or, you know, like, it's like they see you evolving. They see you becoming this Hierophant and just becoming more clear-headed, better off. Like, they see a change in you because of what you saw, okay? And they're like, it's not fair. That's that resentful vibe. Like, they don't think it's fair that it's like they think it looks easy for you. And it's not. It's not. It wouldn't. Oh my God. And then the Six of Swords well, I was in reverse when I had it, but that's that refusal to go on that journey. Like, this collective, you're in a Six of Swords. You've trusted. You've decided to trust and leave that crap behind. Like, you've seen. You know what I mean? You've seen some things. You saw something that changed you and made you want to kind of follow that path of believing. Sorry, I'm not paying attention to my screen. Sorry. And this person, the fact that I saw in reverse, they're not. They're just thinking it's not fair. It's not fair. Oh, it's sad. That you can't, like, the longer you live in that mindset, the harder it is to get out of it. And it breaks my heart for people to just sit in that for so long. Oh, strength. That's what this person needs. Okay. So this came out under this depth trapped possibilities. When I see the strength card here, I feel like it's just reiterating that feeling that this person has in the strength of the possibilities that they see in the depth of things. But it's also, I'm seeing the strength card as being in between both of these. Like, they're seeing what they think is strength in this connection, the value, that what gives it strength, right? But their own strength is trapped, stuck, tied down because I think this possibilities is not, it's feeling like not only they're feeling stuck by the possibilities that they imagined in their head to with this depth, but also trapped by not having the strength to consider other possibilities. They need, I think this person is looking for strength to see different possibilities. And the lovers. Oh my god. Okay. Only you. Oh, that was. Is that? Oh, that's two. We'll take them. Okay. Yeah. Holy crap. The Three of Wands in reverse and the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Knight of Pentacles is like he's been on a journey, right? And all along the way, he's been planning all this foundational goodness so that by the time he gets to his journey, he's got all this to look back on. Like he sees his journey, he sees how he's grown. It's taken a long time, but he can see how everything fit. Like it makes sense, right? And then the Three of Wands, that's like the way I interpret it is being on the brink of something. Like you can see what's out there, you can see everything you can have, and like you feel like you're ready to go out there, but you haven't quite taken that step forward yet. It's like you're ready and willing, but you're just kind of looking right now, right? But and with them both being in reverse, this person on your mind, they are now feeling like everything they've put into this is like, what was the point? Like, you were their only one. So if you're not the only one for them, then what was the point? Like, they're like that. They're, oh man. And they're like not willing to look out there and see what else could be out there. They're not willing to even consider that they could be ready for something else to go for, you know what I mean? Oh man. That's not good. So that's the energy of the collective or of the person that you are actually with right now. Okay, so don't make those details fit. Excuse me. You would be with someone who is very much attached to you, codependent on you, but in a lack mindset over losing you, and resentful over your transformation and growth rather than supportive of it, which is like my thing in the beginning. True, like people who are meant to be like, they grow each other. They don't put one or the other out because one is growing and the, like, you know what I mean? It's just okay. But this collective, you're still trying to consider that they could change, because I think it's out of guilt. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's out of guilt that this collective stays, because you feel like maybe I can still do something for them, and it feels like maybe I can still help what I'm in, because there's no way I could have that. Like, you're just as hard on yourself thinking that this is all you can have as they are thinking you're all they can. Does that make sense, right? And you both, but this collective, you're still, I'm going to say, ahead of the game, I guess, with the way you're seeing possibilities. And I think with that card, you're seeing them differently than the person you're with now. Okay, let me because you were feeling hopeless, right? You had that hopeless feeling, and it's like you've seen that it doesn't have to be. Like, it's, this. Okay, I'm sorry. Let's, I just want to hug everybody. Let's get the energy surrounding that person that kind of changed everything. Like, I want to know about them. What's going on here? Exhaustion, silence, return. Oh, okay. What the hell? Hold up. Hold on. Because the thought that just came to my mind. Oh my God. Okay. That is not the exact thought that came to my mind, but it is right on the same wavelength. Okay. Yep. There's a reason why I had that deviation in the beginning about the damn twin flame, I swear. Um, that card did not come out yet. Okay, so it didn't come out, but I am going to say, so this is the energy of the person that changed this collective's mindset, okay? So the second I see return, silence, exhaustion, long journey. Oh my God. Okay. This is important, okay? This detail is important. Do not make it fit. This person that had their own little row from the beginning, watch from the beginning, they they're not new. They've come back. Oh my God. Oh my God. Okay. Oh shit. Hold on. Okay. I have to take my glasses off and just take a minute because because you got this other card of second chance here, okay? An opportunity, making amends. Okay? And you had gotten that second chance card with what I asked why you weren't moving on. And now I don't think, now it makes sense that that came out for both reasons, actually. Not only is this collective trying to provide a second chance for what they're in out of I'm a feeling of guilt, responsibility, guilt, like, but, and I think it has to do with the fact that this collective also they want a second chance with this person. And because they feel that, they're like, well, because you feel that, because this collective wants a chance to be back with this energy, you're like, okay. But like I said, I feel like this collective, you feel sensible, like logical, like it feels like you would be like, okay, I feel really guilty for wanting to go back to this without giving this a thorough chance first. That's what that feels like. You're trying to give this other energy a second chance out of, like, I have to at least try before I can have this. And I think that really aligns with that Five of Pentacles energy, because you're sitting right outside it and you're just kind of feeling sorry for yourself right now, like you have to do something else before walking through a new door with the key right there, and you don't. Oh my God. And so this person, this long journey, they would have come out of, especially with it being one row, very focused, very kind of feels like, where did that energy come from with the rest of the cards, like it was in the beginning. I feel like they kind of came back out of nowhere. You would have been in a no contact situation with this person, whether it have been for whatever reason. But this silence, I feel like this is a return after silence and a long journey. After a quite a long, I don't know, I can't say how long honestly, but a long no contact situation. And with this coming out last, right as I was having that thought of my original deviation about like twin flame energy, for this to come out to show their energy, that they're in divine masculine energy, just completely validates that healing card that we got. Because if you're seeing this and that would be exactly why they would change. You would have saw a healed person. You would have saw a changed person. And that would also contribute to why you believe that maybe you could change or have like what you're in. Because you seeing how this person has come back from nowhere, and they're in this divine masculine energy, and this is what they're in. That's wild. Well, I'm sorry. That's okay. Let's get another one for each of these. So exhaustion, conflict. Yeah, okay. So clashing, differences, incompatibility. That would, I think this is reflective of the initial separation. Whether you're with this person or not to begin with, in a room, like if you ever got to that point where you're actually together. Oh my God, and running at the bottom. That is another very twinny thing. Okay. But there would have been incompatibility with you guys before. If this is kind of this vibe that we're going for, there would have been a very, and I'm not, again, because the twin card hasn't come out, I'm not, please don't take this as I am saying it's a twin flame. I'm just saying it's very, there's a lot of similar vibes that are equally important in a soul connection or dynamic to grow from. That doesn't have to be twin flame dynamic. Okay, divine masculine, unless that card comes out, we're not, don't put a label on it. Okay. But it would make sense for there would be incompatibilities with, you wouldn't have been in a very healthy relationship dynamic, or would have felt like you wouldn't have a healthy relationship dynamic because of differences or incompatibility, clashing with mindsets and stuff like that. But I think part of that incompatibility is what set this person on their own path. Or it could have absolutely nothing to do with this, or just in general, while they were away from you, they've just been growing, they've just been changing, doing their own work. But it was because of conflict and this exhaustion. And I believe that this person would have felt this way about you when they left, or when you left, whatever, when it ended. They would have just been so exhausted with the constant conflict, the constant back and forth, never agreeing on it. It would have felt like it just never ended, and it had to end. But I feel like it's this long journey. I can't take my, and this, it feels like the silence and the no contact in itself was also a long, exhausting journey. Whoops, wrong way. Silence. Frozen, no words, stone wall. A lot of black and white. Oh, sorry. Say a lot of black and white here. I don't know if that's significant to this person. If maybe you just saw them as a, I don't know. But soulmates. Okay, so not twin flame, soulmates, which is what I was just saying. Deep love, unity, connection. So this silence, I think, has actually, so if this person's in divine masculine energy now, it's like they'd be, like I said, you would have seen a difference in them. You would have seen a huge change in them. And I think that through this silence that they have gone through, I think they're seeing you and the possibility of things differently. This just came to my head. I feel like this person came back, sees the situation that you're in, and I think one of the reasons why you feel like you can't go back to this is because this person wouldn't, like, they're not going to get in, whatever you have going on with the energy you're in, they're not going to, they're in divine masculine, and it doesn't have to be a male. Okay, this could be, you could all be males, you could all be females, you could be, this is non-gender specific, this is just energy. But divine masculine, like, they would be very assertive in a confident way, like, and action prone, and just they know, like they're confident. It's that confident vibe. Like, they know that what they've been through and what they are worth. And the divine feminine has similar, they crisscross a little bit on some of the things, I feel like, but divine masculine is more action based, and feminine is more emotion and creativity. And But this, if they're in this energy, they're not going to want to go near what you've got going on because they're not going to invite that kind of energy into their life. So I'm almost feeling like this silence is not only indicative of the no contact period between you, but the fact that they're staying silent about see the potential of you guys being this, because they're not going to say anything like that, I don't think, to someone who's in whatever situation you're in right now. I'm just being honest. They're gonna like hang back, and not that they wouldn't like be friendly or cordial, but they're not gonna. And I think that's one reason why this collective is kind of seeing things and changing, wanting to heal, self focus, self reflect. It's like, if you did want this person, you'd have to get out of that Five of Pentacles. You'd have to get off that floor. You'd have to do what you got to do with the energy, with the person you're with, and then go grab that key, um, let's get one more for soulmates. Stress. Yeah. And you got that one too. I think there's been stress about whether or not you guys feel like you are soulmates. But I think with this person, the fact that they've come back and you're with someone, I think it's really throwing things off here as far as how it could also be the thing that the universe is putting in front of you right now to make you move one way or another. To either choose to stay where you are or do something different and see yourself and what you really want. But this, since it's their energy, I think there's a lot of stress here because I feel like this person would be very confused as to why you're with someone else still. That's what I feel like. Why are they still with them? Like, uh, I think it stresses them out to think about this. Well, I mean, obviously it stresses them out to think about this dynamic because that's what they've been thinking. Well, if we're soulmates, then how are they with someone else? uh, Return. Thinking. Missing you. Craving. Desiring. Yes. Like, they're back and they are thinking about you, but they can't do anything. They miss you. They're craving you. They're desiring you. They want this second chance, is making amends, a new opportunity, but I think that also is telling why they came back, why they returned. They were missing you. And if they're in this now, if they're in Divine Masculine and they're missing someone, Divine Masculines, they go for what, right? They action. They Divine Masculine. So that makes sense. If they're in Divine Masculine and they missed you and they wanted to, they would appear. They would show up. Oh, okay, what's that? Escaping, avoiding, blocking, pushing away. That is under their energy, their Divine Masculine. They are... Okay. I'm saying they're avoiding their Divine Masculine. They're avoiding doing that, going for it, even though they miss you and they came back. It's like literally, like I said, they saw what you're in and they're like, no, I gotta hold back now. I gotta avoid that. I gotta push that away because I cannot. They're not gonna invite that into their energy, not because they don't care about you, but because they've done their work, right? They've done what they feel they need to. Like, they're healed. You got that. They got that energy. Not completely healed. Nobody. We're never. We're not perfect, but healed enough for you to see a change and for them to know that they're not going backwards, right? And that is what you want. That's what you love. You're like, you see that energy of how they're standing in there, like you obviously you want them to come for, like, I believe you want them to make an effort, but at the same time, the fact that they're not and they're standing in there, like, making it clear that they are here for you. Like, I would think that they would make this energy, like, you would know that they missed you But you would also know that they're not willing to, like that feeling of Five of Pentacles. You know you can't get back with this. You have the key. You have what it takes to do it, but you have to do it. You have to leave because they're not gonna. You're not gonna get anything sneaky with them. You're not gonna get anything. They're not gonna wait around while you dilly dally, and you know what I'm saying. And but you like that. Like this collective. I think you would see that and you would go, wow, like that's what you want now, and that reflects that flame thing. Like you seeing them, that you're like, damn, nope, me next, right? Light me up. All right, let's get one for tarot for these exhaustion and conflict. We got two here. Holy shit. Sorry. Yeah, you got, wow. Okay. You got King of Wands, but then Emperor in reverse. And that's where I think this is the conflict and the confusion, because the Emperor upright is this divine masculine energy, okay? It's in reverse over here because they weren't in it when they left you. I feel like this is more about the separation and when they left, okay? Because they were probably a King of Wands then, which is why you were probably with them in the first place. They had that strength, they had that loyalty, they had these good qualities in them, right? But it wasn't right yet. It wasn't, they weren't in their divine masculine yet. They still had things that they had to work on themselves, right? To get into their true divine masculine energy. And maybe they were already in divine feminine. Like, again, it's not gender based, it's energy. That is so crazy. I can't believe those two came out here for this. It's like literally when they left, they were in between these two energies. But now they're here. Like you saw the progression from this and this to this upright down here. You didn't see it in action because there was silence. There was, there was a no context situation here. Don't make it fit. A pretty long one. Actually, since I feel like this is kind of indicative of that, let's see what we get here. Three of Swords. I literally cannot, like, make this crap up. I love this magic, okay? Because the Three of Swords is, like, look at her. She is heartbroken. Like, her heart is is torn apart. She's trying so hard to keep it together, and it's just like you can feel that scream in her. You know what I mean? And that, for that to come up under the row where I think is showing your the silence, the no contact, that is wild to me. And I'm just looking for something really quick in my notes. Okay, yeah. I think it was longer than that, I'm gonna be honest. So swords in tarot are weeks. And you got the Three of Swords. But for this collective to want to even try to feel like they have to give what they're in a second chance before even looking at this, it's not going to be a 3 week thing. Maybe 3 weeks since they've come back into your life. But I feel, or 3 weeks, I think this is more just about the feeling of the card, not the timing. I was hoping to get a little bit of a timing of how long the separation was, but maybe I'm not meant to know that. But the Three of Swords is heartbreak. It's it's hard energy, okay? And if that's what this person was in during that silent phase, the stress of really believing, I would think this would be coming from the whole, I think the whole time they were seeing you moving on with this other person while they were focusing on themselves, but they were in this Three of Swords for such a long time because seeing you move on with someone else, well, they think you're their soulmate. Yeah, that would be stressful. So I'm gonna be honest, I feel like the person that would have left this, I think you left this person. Again, don't make it fit, but I think, was there conflict and incompatibility differences? Yeah. But I think it's this collective that decided, like, no, I'm out. I'm going to go. And then you found something else. And I think that adds to another reason. Like, you're the one who left this. So you're like, there's a part of you that doesn't want to just go running back. You're like, well, I'm in this. It goes along with feeling like you have to at least try and fix what you have because you chose it before just running back to, you know what I mean? Again, don't make it fit. Um, Return thinking. King of Cups. Oh, yeah. He's this king, he is very in touch with his emotions. Can he, but in reverse, it's almost like, and he's balanced. Like, it's not just being in touch and being able to be vulnerable and sensitive. Like, he's very balanced with it. He knows how to hold his emotion and sit in it rather than let it control him or move him. But in this King of Cups in reverse, it's when they think about you, they don't feel in balance anymore because it's like they've come back, and it's almost like this person thought that just them coming back would be enough for you to be like, to come running back. And I think but again, they're not gonna, they hope that just showing up would be enough because they're not gonna do, like, they're not gonna pursue you while you're with, like, you know what I mean? Like I said before, like that deviation, like they're not trying to invite that energy into theirs. They just hoped. And now I think it's got them a little out of balance with their emotions, or at least resisting them. Because if he's in, I mean, it could have put the feminine energy out of whack a little bit. We'll see what we get for that one. But this is more like just holding back the emotion now that they feel. Divine Masculine, escaping. That is Ace of Wands in reverse. So for me, that is like the Ace of Swords is like a new way of thinking, like a new mindset, a new perspective. Whereas the Ace of Wands, I feel like, is like a new idea, whether it be creatively or passion wise, just something new that ignites you and sparks you. Like, this flame is literally reminding me of the beginning of my story, the beginning of this reading. And for it to be coming in reverse here, it's like that new idea that you had that was you showing up and things changing, right? You thought maybe by showing up, but now now that you see what has to be done in order for that to happen, it's like that idea is not, you're pushing that idea away. You're blocking that new idea of what could have been because you don't want to make waves. You don't want to cause drama. You don't want to hurt people. You don't want people to be hurt. You just hoped that just being a presence was going to have an effect enough for the other, no, I'm sorry, they hoped that by showing up that you were just going to kind of do what you had to do. Like it was going to spark that in you. And I think to a degree, like they hoped that it would spark that idea in you, and it didn't. Well, to a degree, it did, because it showed it in the first part of your reading. You are changed. You're something in your mind is different now. So them coming back did have part of the effect they wanted, but the next part is up to this collective. What you do now with that new mindset. Wow. Okay, this has gone so much longer than I thought it would. So that is the energy for both parties on this person's mind. Now we're going to get a universal opinion on the outcome of this. Okay. And I just don't know if I actually want to go with tarot for this, or and I had written something down like I wanted to. No, I didn't. Okay. I was gonna do like challenges for each, but I think that is mostly clear what the challenges are for each person in this. I don't know what I want to get for this universe's perspective on. All right, let me just try. This feels like what this collective would be feeling like right now. Like you don't know what to choose, you don't know what to go with, you just don't know. Like you're just not centered. Like this is such a frustrating feeling. I want to know how the universe sees each. Let me just do tarot. I want to know how the universe sees the outcome, how the universe sees your connection that you're in now. Oh my God. Eight of Swords, victim mindset. That is exactly how this collective sees the current situation that they're in. You feel like you're connected to a person who's in victim mindset, and you would be too. You would be in a degree of this, like, it's too, how am I going to do this? It's too hard. There's too much involved. It's like you keep yourself you have your own, you're creating these bounds on yourself, or binds on yourself. That's how the universe sees the connection you're in. Just a victim mentality. Like it's something neither of you need to be hanging on to right now. It's just, but you're keeping yourselves in it. Both of you in this connection, because that's how the universe sees the connection. How does the universe view the connection with the return person? The Devil in reverse. I see that as a great card. I'm going to be honest, because the Devil in reverse, that is like releasing bad habits, addictions, toxic mindsets. Like that's how in the context of my question and of the card, it's like this, the universe sees the connection with the person that has come back as what it's going to help you release things. They want this connection to help you release toxic or bad habits or mindsets to get out of this victim mentality. So this connection, the healed one, is meant to break you from certain things, to get you out of this. Okay. I am going to get a song too, but I'm going to get a couple. No, I'm going to do this. I'm just curious. I don't know. We're going to see. I'm going to use my Oracle decks because these are about people on your mind, and we're just going to, mostly just for further tying you to this reading, because these are, like I said, these are not the kind of details I just want people to just try to make fit, okay? So I'm going to get a card here to see. Oh my God, this this could be either one, really, which is wild, because I'm holding on. It could be. Oh, this isn't helpful at all, universe. This is. I'm holding on to the memories of us. I'm afraid that I lost you forever. I think both parties, all of you, more these two parties than you, because I think you feel this way about here. You feel this way about this person. You're holding on to memories of this, but you're afraid that you're losing this person forever. And at the same time, both of these people are holding on to the memories of you and are afraid that they are losing you forever. You and I were too young. That. Don't make it fit. You and this person, like I said, it would have been a long time. You wouldn't have been compatible at the time for certain reasons, because that person, you both need to grow. We all need to grow, change, evolve. But this person was on that path already, and it's like they knew that you guys weren't ready. So many things remind me of you. Again, I think that's all around. I would think but I feel like it's more this energy, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like this collective, you're more focused on what you can't have right now, or what you think what you think you can't have. You can. You just have to take that step. It's all on you, really. Easier said than done. I know. I get it. Trust me. But the universe has made it very clear, I think, for this collective, if you're still watching this and still aligning, you're being literally told that whatever this energy is that has come back for you. And that is so nice. But there's a part of you that has to heal now too. Because you don't feel worthy of it, I feel like that's slightly, of course you're not unworthy of it, but it feels like you don't think you're ready, and you might not be. To be on the same frequency, really, this collective, I think, is going to have to do some of their own healing. This is why I wish I had write things like down that I want to do, so I don't sit here and wonder what decks to get to further clarify things. Sorry, I know you're like staring at nothing. I'm gonna get one of these for this collective. So I like this deck, this Wounds to Wisdom deck. Message for this collective, for their situation. And again, I know I had the deviation in the beginning about the twin flame kind of vibe, but that card did not come out, so please do not put the label on. You did get soulmates, but I think this person sees you as a soulmate, as a soul connection, and which I believe to be true. If there's this much healing and change and certain things going on, I soulmate feels right, but still the right soulmate still will make you both want to burn brighter and light each other. You know what I mean? It's not, you never want to put your soul, the person you love who's your soulmate, you don't want to put their flame out. You don't want to extinguish them. You want them to shine too. You like seeing them shine. Adversity brings clarity. Sorry, I don't know why adversity brings clarity. This adversity that you're facing right now is what brought you clarity. All right, let me find this 72. Adversity brings clarity. Key themes: perspective, wisdom through challenges, inner strength, transformation, priorities. Unreal. Those are all things that this collective needs to concentrate on right now. Their perspective, the wisdom through your challenges that you faced, your inner strength to transform, and your priorities right now. Your priority should be you, not even this other person that's come back. Like, do you really want to be with them? Yeah. Yeah. But even if you leave the situation you're in, that person, I'm going to tell you right now, if they're in that divine masculine energy, they're still not going to just, hey, I'm so glad you're back. Come on back. Like they're not just. You're gonna have to show too that there's been change in you. You know what I mean? It has to be an equal thing. Um, so I feel like there is meant to be a period of, um, can you heal certain things together that yeah, of course, but there is a level that you need to be on as a collective to match what you admire in them. Do you know what I mean? And just leaving what you're in is not enough, especially if you're in the mindset of like you have to do this. You have like that is part of what you're gonna have to heal when you do whatever you need to do. Okay. Message. Difficult moments often strip away illusions, distractions, and what is no longer aligned with our highest good. When everything feels uncertain, what truly matters becomes clear. This card reminds you that adversity, though painful, can be a powerful teacher. It reveals truths you may not have seen otherwise. Exactly. And guide you towards what is real, meaningful, and essential in your life. That is literally what that person coming back did for you. Right? Struggles have a way of reshaping priorities, showing you what is worth holding on to and what you are strong enough to release. Truth. Let this be a time of deep clarity, a moment to realign, reset, and move forward with a stronger sense of purpose. Preach. Let me read the affirmation. Through challenges, I gain clarity. I trust that every experience is shaping me into the person I am meant to be. Actionable insight. Take a moment today to reflect on what truly matters in your life. Write down 3 things that adversity has helped you see more clearly. Let this be your reminder that even in struggle, there is wisdom, and even in hardship, there is growth. Yes, always. That is fantastic. This is the first time I've never ended a reading with like my table covered in cards. All right, I'm gonna get a song for this collective. This will be either one that already. Oh, ashes on the bottom. I like that. That is, yes, we want that. Okay. This will be a song that either just instantly connects you to this reading. Like you see the song, you're like, that's my song. Oh my God. Or that's our song. That was our song. It will connect you to this reading to show that it's yours. That your spirit team wants you to know this is yours. Or it could be a song that evokes, like you recognize it, but it evokes a very specific memory or emotion that your team is trying to bring out of you or make you focus on or show you that you need to, you know what I mean? It's something that you need to focus on, whether it's to heal it or lean into it. You have to use your discernment there. They're not going to tell you everything, right? Or it's just a song that in this moment, your team is like, this is what you need. Okay? So let's see. That went right under my table. Oh, yeah. I love that. Yes. Fighter by Christina Aguilera. We did not get the reason by who sang, by the way. So I'm going to grab my lyric card for that. Oh my God, it's right there. Love it. Thank God. Thanks for making me a fighter. That's exactly what this person coming back did for you. That's what I feel. They changed something in you. Just by you seeing them has inspired you to want to like be that too. Like it's an admiration thing. It's not you're not jealous, you're not envious of this person. It's not a like this other, like the person you're with is resentful over you're changing. You see this person that came back and you're like, wow, like you're so proud of them. You just can't, like it's a good feeling, and it's like seeing that made you want to fight for yourself. Thanks for making me a fighter. Maybe it didn't happen by them leaving you or by you leaving, which, but seeing them now, it's like you're like, damn, if they did all that, like what can I do, right? Like you're inspired. You just have to get out of this. You have to be the fighter now. You have to get out of this guilt and lack mindset of what you're in now, and I don't mean that to be confronting, or it just rip the band-aid off. You're being shown what this person is coming back for, and that's a gift if you're seeing this and this is for you. So use your discernment, your push forward, break those habits, get whatever. Don't let whatever this person that you're connected to now is going to have to go through if you leave be the reason why you don't leave. Because just as much as you or the person coming back has to have had to heal or whatever, go through things, this person you're with has to too. It's not something, and I'm not saying not to feel bad about it. It sounds mean to just be like, ah, screw them. It's not like that. It's just knowing that you can care about them from a distance and just hope that they make choices that involve choosing themselves. And you can't feel bad if they choose not to do those things, okay? I know that's hard. It's hard especially when you're a person who wants to help and fix things and always see the bright side and like never give up. It's like this collective, I think that's a lesson in itself that you have to learn, is you have to be okay with letting go and not feeling bad about it. Because I mean, I feel like you like I said, you already left this original collective, right? You've done this collective. You'll you'll get it. You'll know. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I love that song for this collective. This has made you want to be a fighter, and so stick in this energy, okay? And I hope everyone has a great day. I love you guys, and we'll catch you next time. Bye.